Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. First and foremost, let's just excuse the hair. Today is Halloween and I just haven't taken my hair out yet. Although I do not have my costume on, I was Gabby from Toy Story 4 and that's why I have the hair. And yes, I know my hair doesn't match my bangs and my hair. Anyways, that's not why we're here. I am going to start prepping these beds to get some garlic in them. And what I need to do is I basically need to feed these beds. I am going to probably clean out this row of tomatoes here and probably that row of tomatoes over there because, well, they're not doing anything for me anymore. So I plan on growing lots and lots of garlic. But like I said, the first thing that I need to do is prep my beds. And I've already got the garlic in the refrigerator vernalizing. Basically what that means is garlic needs to go through a cold period so that it can produce really nice bulbs. And here in San Diego, well, it is Halloween and it's like 95 degrees. So, we are not going to be getting any cold snaps anytime soon, at least not like garlic needs. So that is in the refrigerator right now. It's been in there for about a month now. I will probably leave it in there for 2 weeks, maybe 4 more weeks, but I do need to get them in the ground because now is the time for that. So, like I said, I'm going to start off by fertilizing, and I just have an all-purpose 10-10-10 fertilizer here. Garlic, they are heavy feeders. Hello, Oz. Hello. I don't think my dog recognizes me with this hair. Hi, bye. So, anyways, that is what I'm going to do here. I am just going to take this, and I just got this off of Amazon. I really didn't feel like traveling to the store to get it, so I just got it off Amazon. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here and just kind of mix or loosen up this dirt a little bit so that I can get the fertilizer mixed in. And then this bed right here will be ready to go. And I'll move on to the next bed where I have to remove those tomatoes. Alright, so now that that is in there, I am just going to come in and sprinkle. That might have been too much. I don't know. Didn't really read the directions here. I guess I should, huh? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read that. But I am just going to just try and mix this in as best as I can so that it's all over the place, so that it can feed my garlic over time. All right. Okay, that's done. I'm gonna lay this back down and put my steak in for now. This water is turned off. But now I'm going to move on down the line and remove some of these tomato plants, and then I actually need to add some more soil to this bed because this bed has settled quite a bit. So once I get these removed, I am going to add some topsoil or some compost to this bed. right, now that I've made an absolute mess all over the place in here, what I'm going to do is I am not going to worry about softening up the soil here because it is so shrunken down, but I am just going to come in and just add this fertilizer and then put the compost over top and then mix it. So I think that that should be good for now. That is quite a lot of garlic. I still may remove these cattle panels. I haven't really decided, but I think they're going to be hard to put in for next year. But I will determine that when I get around to planting. I am just prepping this bed, but what I am going to do is I'm going to turn on the water because the water is going to soften the roots where these weeds are, which is going to make it easier for me to pull them out. And then I'm going to get those pulled out. And then probably over the next couple days or so, I have a bunch of seedlings that need to be fertilized. And they always get to a certain point and then they just kind of peter out. So I'm going to fertilize those and see if that helps get them a kickstart. And then if not, I will just go ahead and put them in the ground and hopefully that will do the trick. And then I am also going to fertilize some of my peppers that I have going on here and some of the other things that are still in the garden. So that's the plan for now, but first I need to do something with these weeds. I started these seedlings probably, no joke, 6 weeks or so ago, and they always seem to get to a certain point and then just stop growing. So that could be due to a number of different reasons. It could be due to, watering. It could be due to soil conditions. It could be due to overall just environmental conditions, and then also lack of nutrients. I'm thinking that it is probably the latter. So what I'm going to do is I have all of these little seedlings that just got to this point and aren't growing anymore. They get watered regularly, so I don't think water is a problem. Could be the soil, but I am going to try and see if fertilizing them helps give them a boost, because I do want to get these into the ground, but I don't want to do it when they're this little. They have been outside for a week now, so let's see together if I can get these things to start growing again by adding a little bit of fertilizer. Now, what I have is this Alaskan fish fertilizer. I am going to use this in a very concentrated or diluted. This is very concentrated. I'm going to use it in a very diluted amount. So typically you would use 2 tablespoons for like 25 feet of soil. Clearly that's not what this is. These are just little tiny pots. So I've got some watering cans here, and whew, that stuff stinks to high heaven. I was going to use this one, but I want to try and keep the fertilizer off of the seedlings as much as possible and just get the dirt or the soil wet. So I am going to fill this up. I believe this is 1.5 gallons. It's kind of a weird measurement in this, but this is what I'm going to be using. And then I am going to take not even a capful, like not even like much, just the smallest amount. And I am going to dump that in there, and then I'm going to get this thing filled up with water. I have a little bit of water in here. And I have some water in this thing if I can get it to not dump out. So I'm gonna try and fill the rest of this up with this little tray. This tray is flimsy though. Oh yeah. Oh, keep it together, keep it together. I still need more water. So I'm gonna go to the hose and I'm gonna fill this up real quick. I'll be right back. All right, now I'm just gonna come in and give these some water. And I'll probably go back over them a couple of times just so that the water kind of doesn't drain off. It actually gets down in there. And in these two boxes right here, I actually have some seeds in here that a couple of them have started to sprout, but not many. I almost wonder if I have not viable seeds anymore, because I planted a bunch of things in these and they sure are taking a while to come up. So I'm going to take the rest of this and just give those seedlings a good water. Look around for anything else. Nope. And then over here, it looks like I have some things popping up here. So yeah, here. So I'm going to give those a little bit of water. Not too much. Those are really tiny. Let's see, in here and here. So I do have some things in this box that have sprouted. So I'm just going to give them a light little water at the base. All right, so hopefully that will boost some of these little seedlings. Shouldn't do that too often, maybe just every 2 weeks, but hopefully it will give it the boost that they need to grow bigger so that I can put them in the ground. And really, quite honestly, all of my plants could benefit from a good, healthy dose of fertilizer. So I think I'm gonna do that for them, even though it's kind of coming to the end of a lot of their season. I'm just gonna go through and give them a good dose of fertilizer. And actually what I should be doing for those ones that are big, I should be putting a lot more fertilizer in here. So I'm just gonna up this a little bit, add some more water, and continue on.
Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.